No. I'll have her send. Yeah. Barbie, you don't have the pay thing that you signed?
Voucher.
Did you get one?
Yeah, I'll have to see if I have one.
I got it.
But does she have to sign it?
No, she fills it out and emails it to you. You approve it and send it
I
to
don't.
Donna.
I signed it. Can you sign it?
Oh, really?
Get the copy?
No, I'll just have you sign it on
On Wednesday. I
Wednesday when you're here.
I'm here
Okay,
Wednesday.
and I'll fill it out. And then I'll give you, yeah. She has to sign to say that.
How long the meeting, because you have to fill out how long the meeting was.
Yes. Okay.
And that it's the month of, you'll see, it says like Parks and Rec March or whatever, so.
I'll tell her.
Yeah, I'm signing that on Wednesday.
Okay. I think I have it, but I'm not sure. If not, I'll get it from you.
501.
Okay.
Okay, call to order. Time is it?
501.
501.
Roll call. And Roger?
Here.
Gary? Here. Arlene? Here. And Tina?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I have the approval of the minutes of, oh, is there any additions or corrections to the minutes of January 27th?
I think the only thing that it says unanimously that we approved the last meetings, but I abstained, so that wouldn't be unanimous.
Oh, the approval of the minutes?
Yeah.
It says Roger Moss.
So it would've been
abstained.
Right, but
301.
yeah. So it wouldn't be a unanimous approval. It would have-
Gotcha. That was my mistake.
I know, it's just, I mean, it's formality.
Semantics, yeah, but it's,
Thank you.
If somebody's following Robert's rules. Otherwise, motion to approve.
Motion to approve? Second? Okay. Thank you. No audience.
no, you still have to, you'd made a motion, you now have to vote on the approval of minutes, so all. Yep, it's 301.
Minutes are accepted. No audience.
Yep.
No, the parade was Saturday.
Oh, okay, so nobody's there. Senior Center Director's report, Tina?
Okay. Our current membership stands at 1,377 registered members in my senior center, reflecting an increase of 20 new members since our last meeting in January. We continue to encourage new visitors to complete our participant form and remind all members to use their key tags to swipe in at the kiosk whenever they visit the senior center. This helps us maintain accurate statistics, which are essential for budget planning and reports submitted to state departments. Programs and events. This is our 40th anniversary year. So this May, the senior center will celebrate its 40th anniversary, marking a significant milestone since our establishment here in this building in May of 1985. We are planning a major celebration for Thursday, May 29th, from 3 to 6 p.m. to commemorate this occasion. We will have speakers, dignitaries, musical entertainment and dinner. And we are offering also special programs each month leading up to the event. Upcoming programs for March, and also just to let you know, we hold approximately 40 different programs a month. St. Patrick's Day with the Willie and Jan Band. We had that the other day, with, Shamrock Shakes with mint cookies and whipped cream. We have our book club. We have our police department visit with Officer Megan every month. Pi Day celebration with the movie Waitress. Berlin Police Dog visits are this Friday, and I understand that she even got some, state police dogs that are
That's
coming as
cool.
well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tips for Memory with Dr. Hurlowitz, and then we have our, Shake, Rattle, and Roll concert, I think it's the last Wednesday of March. Our lunch bucket trip for, March is Joey D's. We've been doing area restaurants, to support them, and plus with the weather not knowing, we like to stay close to home. And then in April, we're going to the new Casa Dora in Newington, which used to be for Chi-Chi. Our AARP tax aid program is still on. It ends Thursday, April 10th. Appointments, all our appointments are full. To date, we have provided service to 120 residents. And then energy assistance is still ongoing. We have appointments every Thursday to assist participants with their heat costs. And currently, the appointments are conducted via phone interview because we're not getting a full day of appointment. So it doesn't make sense for the new opportunity staff to come here for one appointment. So they just do them via phone interview. So that works out for the them and also the seniors. They don't have to drive to Meriden. Our congregate meal program now, is, that operates 5 days a week. With meals provided by RW Solutions. However, meal availability remains limited to 45 meals per week, averaging 9 meals per day. Despite this limitation, we have served approximately 212 meals since our January meeting, ensuring seniors continue to have access to nutritious food options. I had told you this summer we purchased our new bus, a 2025 Ford E350 bus. It was purchased with funds from various town accounts, including contributions from one of the senior center accounts. The bus has been a valuable addition to our transportation services, providing safe and reliable transportation for our seniors. The fiscal year 25 DOT 5310 grant application was released, and I'm currently working on our submission, which is due April 1st. This grant will cover 80% of the cost, and the town will cover 20% to purchase a new bus to replace our van, which I believe is like a 2009. And it is now, it went from a 9-seat van to a 5-seat van. This remains a priority to ensure our transportation fleet remains functional and dependable. And then I had told you about the Crown Vic that got removed from service on December 13th. The vehicle failed the mission. That, and along with other issues, have not made not worth the additional expenses to repair and maintain. And the reason for the exact date, 12/13, is caused by the emission failure that interns cost the registration to be suspended on 12/6. This vehicle was primarily used when 4 drivers were needed in a single day. Its absence will require us to adjust our scheduling and resources to accommodate transportation needs. Jimmy is searching for a replacement vehicle, but cannot guarantee a quick replacement. But I know, Roger, you'd asked about that. I think I doubled up again.
Yeah, it's the same sentences.
Yeah, I got the same here, I got interrupted. And then I forgot to put in about 2 items. So we'll have to add them in. One was the push button, Jared's push buttons for the automatic doors to this big room was they have approved.
We took out the PO out of the ADA account. I sent it over to Wayne and facilities, and they've worked with the company, and the company is gonna find out how long it takes to order the parts, and once the parts are in, they'll reach out to Tina to schedule. They did not give us.
Yeah, they didn't give us that.
Yeah.
Okay, but it is in the works.
The bottom line is they got the funding very quickly, so I had the funds in it, so I said, just go ahead and do it. So it's just a matter of when they get the parts and when the company has time to come.
The other, just to give Barbara, you had inquired about this, they are working on the new design of the parking lot. He was out there today. So that is a good sign. Dave Thorne from engineering was out there today.
I wish
So-
I had known, I would have met him out there.
So he was out, so that is a good sign that it is in the process. And the other thing that I had forgot also to put in April 19th, which is Easter weekend, the senior center along with social services and the Lions Club are offering an Easter lunch. And it's gonna be open to seniors and then clients of Jamie's from social services. It is
Saturday.
Saturday, the 19th. It's going to be 12 to 2. The Lions are along with social services purchasing the food. The Lions Club will be making the food. I have gotten a local group they're gonna do the table arrangements. And then I got another group to do little treat bags to give out. And then Jamie will be doing the desserts, social services. The senior center is providing the space, and we're also doing all the paper products, and we are providing the beverages.
That's
For
here?
the event. What?
Here,
Yes, yes. So, and if we have a large amount, then we're gonna do it in, just. What do they call it? Seatings, yes. We're gonna be doing them in 2 seatings. Okay, right now, we don't think we will have to, but if we do, we will be doing it in 2 seatings.
how many spots per seating you?
Well, we can fit in here 165 with tables and chairs,
So 165 per seating?
yes,
You think you'll have more than that?
no. But we had talked about this, doing it like for Thanksgiving, but then we decided, but Jamie and I talked about it. Let's do it for the spring and do Easter. So we are doing for Easter, but they will also be delivering meals to those homebound. So like the folks at Marjorie Moore, they don't have to come up here, their meals are gonna be delivered. Where the folks next door, they can just come over, but we'll also be providing transportation on that day to any of our seniors that don't drive, that wanna come for the lunch. Okay, so that I forgot to put in. So I wanted to make sure.
Start,
What?
do you have signups?
Jamie she did her invites and she's starting to get a response. And we're gonna be starting our signups on March 31st, Monday, March 31st. And it is, of course, free. You know, we're trying to reach those folks that, don't have family around, or that way they don't have to, have an Easter dinner by themselves. They'll be with other people and be able to socialize and, be treated to a nice meal and company. So, and if it's successful, then we'll try it for other holidays.
Sounds very nice.
Yes, and since January meeting, we have transported 93 riders, 67 different locations, providing 1,093 duplicated one-way trips. And then below is the statistics. We continued engagement and participation of our members in the wide range of programs and services we offer at the center. The first is average per weekday, and then the average per day by month. So, does anyone have any questions regarding, is there anything else that
Have you put a formal request in for a car replacement?
Yes.
Something in writing to somebody or?
yeah, he's working, that's why I put that. He's working on it,
I know, but was that a verbal conversation you had with him, or was it a written?
written,
Okay.
it was a written. Yeah,
It was a paper trail. And do we know how many miles are on the van?
no, I could find out for you.
What year is it?
It's a 2009. So it's only, for some reason, they had to was a 9-seater. But they had to, for some reason, it's now 5. And it does have a wheelchair lift, but it only can lift light wheelchairs. You can't do the heavier
Right.
motorized, you can't do the scooters, the newer buses that accommodate. So that's why we would like to have, that's why I'm applying for the grant, and we also, the town has also put the money aside. Because I applied for it last year, we weren't selected, so hopefully this year we will be selected.
Who selects?
It's through the,
State committee.
yeah, Department of Transportation, and it's from federal transportation funds. So,
Friend of theirs, something? Is that in-
no, it's, you know how many.
There's a
people-
lot
you
of
know how
people
many
that apply.
So what they do, I think they look at, like, okay, you got one in.
Yep.
We got one in 2021. So then they look at kind of, okay, well, this person's applying for the first time, so we're gonna
Yeah.
select them. Cause it's not just senior centers. It's all types of,
It's, yeah, like Greater Hartford Transvid
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
yeah, like all of them.
it's all types of agencies that can request. So hopefully we
Very
will be
competitive.
selected. Yeah, it is very
Yeah.
competitive. Because then we would have a 2021, 2025, and then a newer one. That would be good for a number of years. And you can only apply if your vehicle is a certain age and has so many miles on it,
Yeah.
the one you're replacing. So we do meet the requirement.
209, I mean,
I know,
that's old.
I know. That's why we bought the 2025 bus, because we had a 2008 bus. And the doors were falling off and, you know, it was a horrible ride. You just were like constantly being jarred. So, and the town, hadn't had to spend a lot of money because all our vehicles were purchased in 5210s. So they only had to pay 20% over the years on each vehicle. So we found the money in the council, we're able to put it together and buy, and because they're not, the 2021 bus was like 67,000. The 2025, 122,000. Almost double. And you have to also with Ford, they only make so many trucks. So you can't just say, well, I want a Ford truck or a Ford bus. You have to do it in advance. To let them know that you're gonna be. Purchasing a bus,
Yeah,
right?
it's a process.
It's a process,
It's gonna take 3 years to get it. but
yeah,
2 years, everybody else.
Yeah.
Where fire trucks take so long.
Yeah.
so. But we try every year.
We apply for the
so-
grant every year. That's all we can do.
Yeah, try every year. Yes, Barbara,
We're gonna go from a 7-seat bus to a 5.
no, we went, our van
Our van, yeah.
started out, remember? You rode on the
Yeah,
van,
yeah.
it was a 9-seat vehicle.
Yeah.
It is now 5 seats,
Been that way for a while now.
A
yes,
while, yeah.
yes. There was something wrong and they had to take out seats.
Oh,
So it's only 5 seats. So it's, I mean, it's used, but it's not used like the other 2 buses.
does that impact the people that you can transport?
No, what we do is we schedule, we look at who's riding and where they're going and at what time. So, you know, if it's a group going to ShopRite, we're not gonna use the van. We're gonna use one of the buses. If it's one person going to physical therapy, okay, we're gonna use the van for that. So that's how we work it out. So, transportation is a very tricky, I call it a weird science. It is, it's a difficult thing to, you know, we create our drivers get their bus route. And it's, you know, trying to figure out, this person's going at this time, this is going at this time, you know, this one's gonna be coming home at this time. Where are they going? So it is not an easy thing to do.
You know, I'm sure that's why I was wondering about how those reduced seats would impact, you know?
Yeah, and I have to say, our drivers are excellent, like return times. You know, when they have to go pick them up and bring them back. Or if you're like in a city or whatever, my sister-in-law used to work at Yale. She said the poor people they would have to wait, they have to come early, wait like 2 hours for their appointment, and then they have to wait 2 more hours to go home. On transportation like ours.
Yeah.
Ours, you know, maybe half hour. They have to wait for a return ride. You know, once in a while, you know, if the driver gets backed up or whatever, accident or stuck in traffic, then it might be a little longer, but for the most part, it's a smooth, you know, smooth transition.
Well, that certainly is a very worthwhile service.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think about the folks in town there, you know, what would they do? Because our public transit buses don't, they go one route or 2 routes to a time.
And we don't have that much public transit either.
You know,
You know, it's definitely a need service.
right. And also, I'm on the advisory board for RSVP, which they provide transportation, medical transportation. So I believe like 44 residents in town, they supplement what we do. They do the rides that, to areas we don't go to. They do the rides that are like early morning or later, that we don't do. And, they have not received their grant yet for the next year.
So what is that?
They will, if they do not get their funding, they will be shutting down.
That's federal, money, right?
Yeah.
For administration stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
That would certainly be a problem for people that need that service.
yeah. So.
We'll be
Hopefully,
calling our representatives or.
I think they're all aware. I
Yeah,
don't think
it's,
they.
it's over their heads.
I mean, it's not a lot of money. And I mean, it's 200,000. And you know, it's not like millions, it's 200,000. And CRT, they're under CRT, community renewal team. They won't assume the program. They say that it's not basic needs.
It's not what?
It's
Basic
It's
needs.
not basic needs. So they don't wanna put that kind of money into the program. So they're waiting to hear. They will extend it. CRT said if they don't get their funds by March 31st, they will let them go to, I think, maybe 7. But then after that, that's it, no more rides. They also do, in the school systems, they do the REACH program. They do home, Meals on Wheels. They do mentoring, and they do up at the, airport. Helping people. So, and they cover like a lot of towns, like in central Connecticut. So, it will be detrimental to some people.
Absolutely. That's why I wonder if we should do some sort of communication.
Well, I would think Teresa was the director. You know, I did talk to her, we talked at the meeting. I said, have you looked at other foundations? Other, charitable, you know, I know Hartford Healthcare is now giving out scholarships and giving out grants. I attended a webinar about that, and I said, you know, the other community foundations that maybe, you know, with a set of different ones, maybe she could get that to them. But it didn't sound like she wanted to.
Well, let me know.
I
if
will.
I need to do
I
a
will.
letter of support, something like that, that would do it.
Yeah,
You know? Okay, thank you, Shannon.
you're welcome.
Roger?
I don't have any issues or concerns. There. And the only other thing I had a question on, were you gonna give us a breakdown of resident, non-resident membership?
Oh, yeah, I was, I'm sorry, I forgot that.
Where are you guys at in the budget process?
Tomorrow they are Board of Finance voted, what, last week? And put it forward to council. And I think council's discussing it tomorrow night, including capital. We just have the van in, but that's just the 20%, right?
Well, we did have for, taking our part-time position and making it full-time, but I've already been told by the town manager that.
Yeah.
But as far as the commission, you don't have to do anything.
No. No,
Money for the secretary, so.
that's in Tina's budget.
I have not heard that the rest of my budget was.
No, he said the only thing the Board of Finance cut was money from the PD, something from Public Building Commission is really the only commission that has an actual budget because they pay for architect design and engineering and everything. So they got some stuff cut, but Kevin said none of the town departments really got hit at all. So. See what council does.
You know,
You don't have anything else, Ralph? Jerry, did you have anything?
The other thing is, you go down Percival Avenue, and I do not see anything happening where they're supposed to build a senior house. Have we heard anything more about that? I mean, I thought we were gonna do something
they-
soon. There's nothing.
have they got any approvals?
I have no idea. I haven't heard anything. I also haven't been to council meetings in a while.
Getting permits in it. I thought it was gonna be almost like a done deal.
I know, they made it sound like that, didn't they?
Yeah, I haven't seen
Yeah.
anything on.
I haven't seen anything on the council
No.
minutes or agendas
I'd be surprised if that doesn't take 2 years before it's,
before it breaks ground. Yeah.
but that's quick.
You can call the town manager's office and ask what the status is. I'm sure Christy can find out.
Your nice presentation. I thought, oh yeah,
Yeah.
made it sound wonderful.
What was
Yeah.
that here?
Oh, it-
Town
At council, yeah, but I don't remember seeing anything after that in the council agendas.
Like, we can inquire.
Yeah.
I can inquire.
Every time I go by, I take a look.
I don't even know if they hired them, to be honest.
I did, as part of my report, I did talk to Jim Mahoney today, and he said that the Vista Housing, they have applied to the wetlands. I guess they have to do wetlands first, and then they must meet with planning and zoning and have a public hearing. And they're also working on getting a tax abatement.
This is the company that's building.
Yeah,
Oh, so there you go. That's your update. That's what we were all looking for.
well, I was letting her finish
Uh.
what she was saying before I jumped in. Yes, and do we have, they're working on a tax abatement, and he said that's not always an easy thing.
Yeah.
Because we want senior housing, they want family housing, so he said that's gonna be, you know, not a fly in the ointment, but they have to work around. But he said they have, and I did tell him that when they have the, planning and zoning, they have to have a public hearing. And we would certainly want to be notified.
You'll see a sign on the property when there's a public hearing, just so you know.
Yeah, big
But
sign.
when you drive by and you see a white sign,
Yeah.
I'll be looking for that one.
that's doing the floodplain. But obviously, if they're in, you know, wetland permits, that's gonna take a bit.
Yep.
So they're in the process, but I would be shocked if anything happens,
Well, he said the wetland committee meets April first.
okay?
Yeah, they don't meet every month.
That's the meeting.
Yeah.
So I would imagine the
Except that-
process is.
See if the
How many
agenda's out yet.
Well, I mean, they're gonna review it, but if they have questions and they want them to go back and answer more questions or look at different maps or whatever, I mean, that's another 2 months before they meet again, right? Is it there every 2 months?
Oh, they meet every 2 months?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna see if the agenda's out.
Right.
Could be quick, or could be- as they present. If they present something that's close to the line, and the inland wetlands doesn't like it, they're gonna say revise that, but then they gotta wait until they come back with revised plan, so that's a good, you know,
Another 2
anything-
months,
anything
once
that's
underneath.
not to their liking, they will.
They do meet every month. It looks like their March meeting was just canceled.
April first is the next meeting.
Yeah,
And
and there's no agenda out for that yet.
a question, how did the pickleball thing go?
Oh, yeah, that's right, I got to report about that too. So, over the years, I've been, people have come to me inquiring about pickleball in Berlin. So, I reached out to the owner of the New Vale Co-op Community Center, Ed Battles, very nice gentleman, and said, he does mostly youth basketball, volleyball, so it's after school, summer, weekends. So I said, you know, would you consider offering pickleball at your facility? And he said, yes. So, he put in 6 courts. And he bought the equipment, the paddle, the pickleballs and, the paddles and all that. And, Sammy and I helped him, you know, we did the flyer, we helped people register because it was like a QR code to scan, like it's an app. That, log into the account, picked your days. We helped him, I did the research on cost, I reached out to a number of senior centers in Connecticut that offer pickleball and said, you know, how do you do it? What do you charge? How's it set up? How do you schedule people, all that? And so, we have a number of people that have registered for pickleball. It's Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays.
Did anybody go on yet?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
It started,
it started. It's like this is the 3rd week.
and how many people have registered?
Wow. We are, he's gotta be 15 to 20, but more are still calling, inquiring about it. So, he's gonna do it till, we're gonna run it till like May, because once it gets warm, those folks wanna be playing pickleball outside. Okay, and then in the fall, we'll start it up again, so that they can play indoors here, instead of having to go to Rocky Hill, to Newington, to New Britain.
Is he open to running it year round?
I don't know if he is. We didn't really talk about that.
Because as much as people might wanna play outside, if you know you have a place inside that what is non-weather invasive.
He might be,
Yeah.
he might be running summer camps or
Well,
something though.
right.
It's, yeah,
Right,
Because-
but it's time.
yeah.
Because it was new to us and it was new to him. You know, we're kind of ironing out the glitches and I think he, you know, will change it, you know.
Is he
Around.
happy with the number?
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also himself is learning and the guy B that runs his facility is learning. And he has, Stan Bowiak. He supposedly has, to help instruct. And he has different levels, beginners, intermediate and advanced. And people signed up, they chose, you know, if they want to play 1 hour, 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, and what level they were. And then, there's also an app that they use to see who's playing at the time they are. They didn't want people, beginners, having to play with advanced people and, so my sister-in-law goes, she loves it. She signed up and she goes and I've heard great things from people that have gone. So
It's Carol on?
Carol goes, Paul Griswold, Linda Germain, the old teachers, some of the teachers, have gone. So we're hoping that with this, bringing pickleball to town indoors, that the town eventually will do pickleball courts outside.
And do we have any outside, just one?
That's what I was gonna
One.
ask, do they
One.
In
have-
East Berlin.
2 courts,
courts.
2 pickleball courts.
But at this.
With a
part-
portable
this,
net.
Place, do they have outdoor courts?
No, and I talked to him about that too. He says, Tina, he goes, I do have a piece of land that I did not develop. And I said, well, Ed, you could build the pickleball courts outdoors.
He should ask the town to partnership with
Yeah.
them, because they're so big on
Yeah,
partnerships.
Mm.
so,
I guess this is the only guy.
He
who-
could rent and make a killing.
and he is, the cost that he's charging is $3 an hour.
So
And if you
good.
go to other
If
places.
you go to like Rocky Hill
it's like
indoor,
20
yeah.
bucks. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, it's
10,
expensive.
20,
Yeah.
And some places, if you, what is it, there's one in Plainville, pickleball something.
I don't
There's a
know.
number of private,
To be a member, good.
you have to
As a member.
join as a member, yeah, you pay a membership and then you pay for your pickle.
Give them why.
So, so we did talk about that. But there was a suggestion from Linda Germain and Paul Grizzle, who were teachers at McGee, is to turn the tennis courts at McGee into pickleball.
We looked at that, but it's
Because-
on school property, so no one would be able to play during school hours, which if you're a retired pickleball player, which the majority of the population that plays pickleball are retired individuals, you can't play there during the day
While they're in session.
while they're in school.
Well, most of the people that play outdoors is more late, like spring and
In
summer.
summer, like in the school.
Right.
It is part of the plan to renovate the Demore Dinda Bittner Junior Memorial Pool Complex in East Berlin to permanently convert those tennis courts to pickleball courts. However, that is phase 2 because the town knew there was no way to fund all of it at once. It's to turn the pool into a splash pad, tear down the building and put a new building up, put a playscape, convert those courts and add more parking. So that project is,
50 years.
Well.
I think-
Paul
I think the
Grizzle-
splash pad will happen
Paul Grizzle
sooner.
said, he goes, I'm the coach for cross country.
Yeah.
And he goes, so I'm at there all the time. He goes, no one's using those courts. And then Linda Germain, who's the gym teacher, said, and we played pickleball in gym class. So outdoor sports would be good for the school as well.
But remember, there's Camp Thunder Moon there all summer too.
Oh, there is that.
Yeah. So
So we're hoping that.
it's
somebody
promising.
will bring outdoor pickleball. Because right now they're going to Rocky Hill, they're going to Newington.
West
They're
Hartford,
going to
West Hartford's nice.
Walnut Hill, they're
That
going to
area's
the
nice.
YW, the YM.
This is a nice guy.
Where does the YW have?
In their gym.
In their gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance, stop in there. It's right on 4 Rod Road, I think it's 501. Ed is a wonderful gentleman, and he really wants to be a part of the community.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, I think he's on he's on one of the commissions.
I think
in
he
town.
joined one of Jamie's commissions.
Yeah. He's on like a youth or.
I feel like I just saw his name
yeah,
in
youth
minutes.
commission. Yeah, so,
That's something all new and it's really would be nice if you could develop that
yeah,
for the people that want to do it.
right, but it's
Anything else on the library report?
it's growing. Yeah, he's
No?
asking you
Big.
about the library.
I don't
Library
know about the
report.
li-
Dave's on here.
For the library.
Oh, I
Senior
can,
Center Library Report.
I can report that I have a new volunteer. I have a new volunteer to do the library.
Is
Says
it
Jay,
Jimmy Russell?
no, not
You
you.
in the library
Kay used to do the library.
report?
No, yes, Kay used to.
She used
do
to
our
run the
here.
library and then reported on it.
Yes,
Barbara just likes to give every commission member an assignment.
right.
So that's, yeah,
Well, that
Yeah.
library.
You're gonna get one. You ready?
the
You are getting
library is
So
a-
that's for our library here?
Yes. yes.
Oh, I thought it was like the
No,
town library.
No, it's for our library here, and Kay used to run the library.
Okay.
She has
You're
retired,
gonna win though. yeah.
and Gloria, who was my greeting card lady, filled in, but she doesn't wanna keep that job. So I have a new retiree that is gonna do the library.
Kathy Moss.
Nope, Joanne Chicker. From East
Oh,
Berlin,
that's good because
yes,
everybody likes that library.
yeah,
I see people,
So Joanne will be reporting, or Joanne will give the report to Jerry?
Joanne will give me the report about the library. And I will give it to Jerry, so Jerry
All right,
can report it. You're,
trying to clarify everything out.
Roger,
All
I
right.
want you to have a job.
checking off number 8,
Name's on here, you know?
checking it off.
Feel like I can
Next.
report it, so, you know,
Okay.
You know what, we went to that, commission.
I was gonna ask you to
Together.
talk about that. We appreciate midnight.
Nice.
Yeah.
We met people.
Oh, you got to go?
we
Yeah.
got
My
to go.
commission couldn't go because we had a meeting.
No.
There were 3 commission meetings that night.
So
Good planning.
We sat with the
Exactly.
library commission.
So-
My commissioner spoke out about it.
So the library commission for here or the library?
responsible for
Memorial Library.
those party or like a event for all volunteers on town boards and commissions.
He's done it, I think this was his 3rd year doing it.
Truck bar. This year they had it at the new art studio in Field Boulevard.
Right across from the Pop House.
Right. So they have a
Got to do a
theater,
project.
I
like
forgot.
hors d'oeuvres or
I was all
whatever.
ready to go.
They did a painting project.
Want to tell them about that, Jared?
They gave us a glass and we painted these glasses, the wine glasses, it was.
Or a jar.
The lady was very nice.
Yeah, Julie.
Julie, who was running it, you know, what I mean, she was helpful, they had the screen, telling us how to do our.
Yeah.
Do they do senior programming normally, regularly?
No, I have to reach out to her. I haven't reached out to her yet.
Nice lady, I think she would do it. Pardon?
How many attendees?
Would you say 30 people were there?
We
More than
had,
last year.
we had the
Mhm.
council members, some of the council members were there, the ladies from the library commission. Jeremy and I were there. It was, I thought, he had food
The food was very good from all those
Yes.
restaurants in
Right, yeah.
town.
from people in town. He did that, a little place on Main Street.
Nemo's Bistro.
He had sandwiches from there. He had, I didn't even know that we had a bakery in town, a new bakery.
Yep.
And he had pastry from there. And they were, so I went the next day to buy stuff on my own, but he did a very nice job.
Oh, it was
Really
very
good.
good. And it was nice to meet all these
Yes.
people
Yeah.
on the commission.
You just gotta have it on a day that all commission
Yeah.
and boards are.
I had a few commissioners that sent me emails that I forwarded to him and he said, I'm sorry, it was just last minute planning and
You just planned it a year ahead.
yeah,
They say, how could it be last?
I know, just what I was told.
But it was very, very nice. So,
Yes.
I'm glad you ladies went.
And I
You
did
enjoyed
send
it.
him a thank you,
Yeah, I couldn't
note,
attend
telling him
because
how
of
much
my
we enjoyed it.
But you can't meet.
I told him.
I'm gonna put
we
your
enjoyed
name on the
it.
library.
Another thing, I think the next time I would suggest to him that he introduce all the people that were there, because there were some people there that we did not know. And we only introduced ourselves to the library
And
people.
who were next to us. We
Yes,
didn't go
they're
down.
right next to us.
Did you have name tags?
We had name tags, but we were all seated doing our
Right.
project, you know, so we didn't get
Yeah.
we didn't get to walk around and meet it. but-
And I have an ugly glass. I am not artistic.
What you put in it,
Let me tell you, my heart was in it.
I mean, in the glass.
She did a very nice job. Her glass was very, then we had to go home and bake them.
Yeah, for an hour.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
you put it in the oven, in a cold oven, turn your oven on and to a certain degree and let it stay
Did you
there.
do that?
I did, yeah.
did too.
So it was a very nice project.
Oh, good girl.
Yeah, it was a very nice project and I thought that was very nice of him to
Right.
set something like that up, you know?
And him you're talking about is,
Chris,
Chris Edge.
And that's another thing. He does not, I think he does not get credit for all that he does, and he set up such a nice evening.
oh, he does. They always recognize them in town council. meetings.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
do.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody doesn't go to the town.
but it's on Zoom or whatever. Oh, he gets recognized.
He's recognized.
Well, I recognize him,
Well, that was nice that you sent the thing.
yes.
But don't worry, he does get recognized.
Okay, so I hope so. All right, that's now my report. I already talked about, the planning and zoning, which I talked to Jim Mahoney. Joe Bajorski is going to, by May, he said, there's gonna be changes in the parking lot. They're talking about designing and rewind, doing the lines. So, we'll see if that happens. But that's what he said.
Arlene Joe Bajorski is head of the Brown Housing Authority, okay, just in case, yeah.
building.
And the parking lot is under his domain, and the parking is a real problem here. And at the last meeting, I told the commission that he was planning to take some of those spaces for the housing people, because he doesn't have enough, a lot of the people now that are renting housing have cars. So if he takes some of those spaces, that's gonna impact what we do here in the center. So they're
Take the
supposed
whole
to.
building back.
Just so you know.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Did it sooner.
They
Just
actually
elaborate
own
the
the
Park and
building.
Rec space.
The town doesn't. And the town leases it
So
from,
we would be forced to do something.
Yes.
they pay like $1 a month or whatever. We're just responsible for the interior of our section and certain areas out, there.
And the roof.
And part of the roof, not all of it, part of it. But they would like, eventually, they would like this space back. So that they can put in more apartments. And probably have a bigger.
And we would like a
community room.
new senior center.
Right, yes, we would. Yes, we would.
Yes, and the other thing, that's another thing that I have here, I have asked a couple of times about the Y proposal. I have heard nothing,
Who do you ask?
no. I asked Tina,
Okay,
I asked, who was the other person I asked, and I said, what about this Y proposal? Nobody.
so somebody else,
Anything.
would you like me to update?
I would
Okay,
like-
so for the last 4, 5, maybe even 6 council meetings, when they get to counselor communications, Mark Prusen, who's one of the town councilors, asks Mark what the update is. And Mayor Mark has told him that he's been talking to Don, who is on the Public Building Commission, but also on the board at the YMCA. And they've been working with a planner and coming up with a plan. However, the most recent snag is that, and he's it was at the last town council meeting. I have it written down when they talked about it, because I sent it to my Parks and Rec Commission. The mayor was talking about how when both Tom Arcari, the original architect, as well as Brian Humes, the second architect they hired, neither of them actually thought to test the land to ensure that it could even hold a building and have a building built on it. He said that Parks and Rec did not do that in their plan, which if you look at what the architects were hired to do, that was not part of what they were supposed to do. And so now, because there's still money left in the grant that they paid the architects from, they are talking about doing like borings and testing on the land. The town will pay for it out of the grant. So then the architect or whoever it is, the engineer from the YMCA plan, can find out if a building can even be built on that land, and then move forward with the plan and then come to present to town council once all that's done. So
They're fundraising for a new Y in there.
Yeah.
that I don't know about. Are they?
They're fundraising for either renovations or a new building or next. It is.
I haven't seen anything, but I also don't get a Meriden paper anymore, so.
Well, it's interesting to me because the rumor is that the Y doesn't want any part of, they don't want to do the proposal. They don't even want to do a proposal to the town. Is that true?
From what I understand, from what Mayor Mark has said in public town council meetings, that they were working on the proposal, but then they came into the snag of the land was never tested. And so now they have to test the land and get those results back to continue working on their proposal. When that's happening, I don't know.
So the town was gonna go ahead with this whole project and the land was never tested?
The town was never gonna go ahead with the whole project. The town went ahead with hiring the architect to design.
Right.
But I mean, Brian Hume showed us, he showed us the 2-page document of what he was hired to do. None of that showed testing the land or anything like that. It just said, put together basically a document that says how much space you need for things. So
Do you know how much is left in that original?
they were talking at
Funds?
council. Mark was like, is it 200, 300? And Ryan's like, I don't know, I'll have to check. So, I mean,
That was 750,000.
yeah. And Tom made over 100, but Brian only got like 30,000. I think it was 30. So there's a good chunk of change left in that. There's a good chunk of change left in there. Yeah.
And that's what they would use to test the land?
Yeah. That's what was discussed. I will,
Not all.
I will send Tina the email I sent to my Parks and Rec Commission because of the way it was presented as to why that didn't get done. My commission needed to see that. So I needed to share that with them. So I'll forward it to Tina because it has the time of when in that meeting to tune in to see the conversation. It's at the end under counselor communications.
Do you know what the name of that fund is? And is it under the town manager's budget?
I don't know. I don't know where is that. Does that come out on Len's spreadsheet? I don't even know.
Because I would think it would have to be,
It would have to be
Um,
on Len,
town-
it'd have to be on Len's other funds spreadsheet that he sends out,
Right.
right? I have no idea where it would be though, but I'll look.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, me too, now that you mention it.
Yeah, cause I think we asked about that money before and how much was left. We never got an answer then either.
Right, we get.
I mean, I know, we saw Brian's contract. I think it was 30. It
Was it
was,
30?
it wasn't, yeah. And I think Tom was. I mean, Tom did a lot, cause Tom went to all the places. I think Tom was over 100, but I don't think he was over 200. So,
That will be interesting to find out.
yeah.
I think, I just wanna mention one more thing, that I did send a thank you note to Kay Murray for her time that she spent on the Commission for the Aging. And also a thank you note to Chris Edge for inviting us to the, appreciation night. So, guess that's it for mine. Unless anybody has anything else, any questions? No? Okay. I do want to welcome the new people. I want to welcome Arlene. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the commission, and if you have any questions, please call me. Yeah.
This is your name, this.
Next agenda.
I'll put you on the next agenda for something.
It's a library.
And I will, yeah, and you don't want the library?
She wants to know if she has the library, and maybe we should take it.
I will be honest, this is the only commission where each commissioner has a certain item to discuss. It's very interesting how this commission's run.
Well, recorded every.
No. No, the chairperson runs the meeting and if people want to chime in, they chime in. And they have discussions, but it's not like, Sage Park, Donna Bove, Community Senior Center, Tony Petrimus. It's just,
Well, I like to be inclusive.
there you go. We also, at Parks and Rec, we vote on a lot more things. So that it has to involve everyone. So that's just a discussion. Yeah.
I also want to welcome Joanne Stepson. I'm so happy that you decided to do this. Thank you. I hope you enjoy doing it.
I'm sure that I will.
Yes. And we don't meet during the summer, so our last meeting will be June.
That's what I.
We'll meet in
understand.
May and then again in
That's
June.
scheduled.
Normally it's every 2 months, but it will be May and June. And then we have the summer off.
Right.
So,
Back in September.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that works out.
Yep.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, well, welcome to both of you. Nice to have you here.
Barbara, can I just, our spring social,
Yeah.
our commission bringing the spring social is gonna be combined with the 40th anniversary.
That May date or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Well, that would be nice.
yes. So it's gonna be,
Yeah,
it's gonna be our commission spring social with our 40th anniversary.
and that's all with.
May
AG
29th.
there.
Well, that's over America's one
Yeah,
too, so
so it's
that
nice to have
falls
everything
under
all
that.
together. Yeah,
But if you remember our 30th anniversary, I had dignitaries,
yeah.
I had somebody from the State Unit on Aging, I had somebody from the North Central area, NCAA.
Board
Um,
of dignitaries,
I haven't done it yet, and I also had our state reps. I think I had the mayor, the town council, yes.
That's another thing I'd like to mention. I'd like to have a meeting with some, I wanted to ask Big Lopes,
Yeah,
but I want to have that where the meeting is open to the public, not just for us. So
Oh,
I
so that
think-
would
So yeah, don't put it as a commission meeting, put it as a presentation here. Yeah.
like we had Donna and we had
Yeah.
Jeff.
I would like to have it
Right.
sponsored by the commission, but have them here and have it open to everyone.
Yeah, we do it as a, information. That way if folks have questions regarding you know, the local politicians, what's happening, you know, what are they doing? That's what we did with, Donna and Jeff.
What do you mean by sponsored by the commission?
She wants them to be like, the Commission for Aging presents. Yeah. This program.
Oh, okay. No payment or anything.
No.
I was gonna say, there's not a budget.
No, no.
Yeah,
They don't get paid for
Like we,
that.
like I did with Donna and Jeff.
oh, okay.
Come and, you know, let
Yeah.
the folks speak to you, you know, answer their questions.
Yeah.
They did like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah,
They had a printout. They could ask questions about a number of things.
Yeah.
She wants to do it with, because he's our state.
yeah.
Yes, and he was here one day
Yeah.
months ago, and that's why I thought about him, but does anybody else have anyone that they think might be of interest to people in town?
Well, John Larson is coming again to talk about Social Security and Medicare, so. Again,
And he does get a good, people are interested in that, so we will get people.
I believe it's May. So,
Okay. All right, so we're almost at the end of our term now for this year, so I think we should think about that for next term. To have someone give us some information. We would like to ask questions. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Is there any old business to come before the meeting?
we think we covered.
And I think we covered a lot of stuff. Any new business? No?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion to adjourn. Roger.
Second, somebody.
Somebody second? Still gotta finish the vote, guys. Gotta get Barbara on this. All on approve?
What?
All in favor?
Oh, yeah.
Who seconded? I'm sorry.
Who's that?
Jared.
Oh,
Pick one of the other two.
okay. All in favor?
Your turn is coming next time.
We already said that.
They already said all that